Kirk trying to win it to Thielen, caught at the 5!
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
No!
What is that?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is the long-awaited return from the 2-year hiatus. There is nothing more hyped in this world right now than what is happening at the moment. No one cares about the next generation of consoles. No one cares about COVID going away. No one cares about the election. Nothing matters compared to the return of Skol Network, and that is what's happening right now. I have no explanation for the hiatus. I have no excuse whatsoever, so there's no need to talk about it. If you read the title of this video, this is week 1 of the NFL season, and these are my picks. I'm recording this on Tuesday, September 8th, so that means the season is starting in 2 days with Thursday Night Football, so let's not waste any time. Let's get into the picks. I'm not going to go over every single aspect of every single game for this week because it's just going to take too long. I'm really only going to spend a few seconds on each one to keep this video as short as I can for you guys because, I mean, while I know you all love Skol Network content and you want to see as much of it as you can, you know, you got other things to do in your life. Maybe. Game number 1 to start off the season is the Texans versus the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs' start of their Super Bowl year defense, however you want to call it. Chiefs are going to be taking this one. That offense is too explosive, and the Chiefs are just too good. Who knows if anyone's going to stop them? They could go undefeated this year. I'm taking the Chiefs. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus
the Washington football team.
It's still a huge joke to me that that team is even called that, or anyone needs to call it that, but, I mean, whatever, I digress. The Washington football team is going to be mostly a train wreck this year. You have Terry McLaurin, that's pretty cool, but you also have Dwayne Haskins. And the Eagles are a solid team with an okay defense. I have the Eagles taking this one. Next is going to be the Patriots and the Dolphins. This one I have the Patriots taking. The Dolphins, they kind of just seem to be in a rebuild right now. Yes, they drafted their next quarterback, but they're also not even starting him. They probably will later in the season, in my eyes. But the Patriots defense was too good last year. They picked up Cam Newton, who is definitely going to be better than what Jarrett Stidham was going to be, but also probably a downgrade from Tom Brady in my eyes. I feel like he's too inconsistent, but aside from that, like I said, I'm not getting into it. Patriots take this one. Moving into probably the most important game of this season. I meant to say the week, but it might be the season too. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. Border battle number... Hey Google, what's 62 plus 54 plus 3?
The answer is 119.
Border battle number 120. That could be wrong too. I don't know what this information is. It's from the football database. I don't even know what that means. But do you need any explanation for why I'm choosing the Vikings? No. Vikings win. Next game is going to be a really interesting one. The Colts and the Jaguars. I only say that because Philip Rivers is on his new team, and it's going to look really weird to see him in a Colts uniform. The Jaguars are in a full rebuild mode. They've gotten rid of everyone this year. The Colts have added pieces, you know, like I said, Philip Rivers, DeForest Buckner, and they still have pieces like T.Y. Hilton, Marlon Mack. They added Jonathan Taylor. I like them in this game. I don't see an upset happening here. Moving on to the other NFC North Division battle, it's going to be the Bears and the Lions, and as long as the Bears have Mitchell Trubisky starting, I like any team going against them. Oh, that's my main reasoning, Lions. Next is going to be another interesting one just because of the circumstances of one of the team's situations. Did that make any sense? Whatever. We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Carolina Panthers. And I like what the Panthers have done over the offseason. I don't really feel like the Raiders have done much to improve. You have Josh Jacobs, who is going to be a great back for the next few years in this league. But that doesn't mean that they're going to win. I have the Panthers taking this one. Up next is the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills' defense was very, very solid last year, and the Jets... Do they really have much? I mean, people love Sam Darnold. I personally don't. Do they still have Robbie Anderson? Maybe. I mean, he's pretty good. Cool. I have the Bills. Next, we're moving on to the Browns and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, MVP season. Mark Andrews, all of his pieces. Browns have the pieces to make it work, but for some reason they don't know how. Ravens take this one. Moving on to the last noon game for this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be a battle of the birds with the Seahawks versus the Falcons. This is one of those ones where you never really know. I feel like These two teams usually play pretty close, but the Seahawks have been a playoff team and Super Bowl contender for the last, it feels like forever now. And I don't think they're going to be anything short of that this year. And the Falcons, to me, are a middle-of-the-road team, somewhere around that 7-9, 8-8, maybe 9-7 sort of thing. But I like the Seahawks in this matchup. I'm going to move over to the afternoon games, with the first one going to be the Chargers and the Bengals. And this is the battle of the rookie QBs. Number 1 overall pick Joe Burrow versus number 6 overall pick Justin Herbert. There we go. You can tell how much attention I've been paying to the Chargers. And it's not really a battle of them because Tyrod Taylor is starting. And even though Tyrod Taylor has experience in the league, I'm not about to trash him, but I just feel like this could be possibly my upset of the week. I don't know. I just want to see Joe Burrow do really well. I just really like him. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll put the upset card for the Bengals this week over the Chargers. Next will probably be one of the closer games of the week. It's going to be the Cardinals versus the 49ers, and these are two teams that will both contend for playoff spots this year. The Cardinals have Kyler Murray as a dark horse MVP candidate in my eyes, and the 49ers have that ridiculous defense that got them all the way to the Super Bowl last year and eventually cost them the Super Bowl. Sorry, kind of Jimmy G as well. It's a team effort. Don't come at me, 49ers fans, if you're watching this. And as much as I like the Cardinals and I want them to win and I feel like they have the chance to, the 49ers didn't really lose much over the offseason, and that defense is still nasty. So on record, I'm going to put I want the Cardinals to win, but I think the 49ers will win. Now moving on to the Bucs and the Saints. Also really interesting matchup. Everything the Bucs did over the offseason, Tom Brady, Gronk, Leonard Fournette, all the pieces that they added going up against a powerhouse offense like the Saints. I think it could be close, but we obviously don't know how the Bucs pieces are going to work together. I'll take the Saints in this one for now, just because we don't know what the Bucs are going to do. Now we're going to move on to Sunday Night Football. It's going to be the Dallas Cowboys versus the Rams. With Jared Goff, I don't feel like he's really lived up to that number 1 pick hype, and Dak Prescott is genuinely like a good QB. I know people don't like to say that, but he's good. He's got all of the pieces around him that he needs to succeed, and as we know, this is basically his make it or break it year because he's on the franchise tag again. So I don't see an upset coming here from the Rams. They still have pieces like Robert Woods, Cam Akers, all that, but I like the Cowboys in this. Now we're moving on to the Monday night doubleheader. The first game is going to be the Steelers and the Giants. I don't see an upset happening here. I like the Steelers in this one. Big Ben's back. You still have Juju. You still have guys like James Conner and that great Steelers defense. And the Giants, they have Saquon Barkley. It's kind of about it. Daniel Jones had a few flashes of greatness last year, but he also had way more games where he just underperformed compared to those games where he completely lit up the scoreboard, and obviously the fantasy scoreboard too. So like I said, I like the Steelers in this one. And moving on to the last game of week 1, it's going to be the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos, and this is probably one of my favorite matchups, and it's going to be a game I'll be watching all the way through just because Derrick Henry led that Titans offense through the playoffs and almost to the Super Bowl single-handedly. I mean, he was turning Earl Thomas into his own blocker. Everyone knows about that whole situation. But the Broncos are also a really young and promising team. Drew Lock, Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant. You have, what's his face? Man, I'm forgetting so many names today. Phillip Lindsay. And now you added Melvin Gordon to that offense. And the Denver Broncos defense has been pretty good for quite a while. It'll be a very close matchup, but I just don't think anyone can contain Derrick Henry. I got the Titans in this one. So those are going to be all my picks for week 1. We'll be doing this weekly throughout the entire season, along with another video or two. I'll make sure to have another video up each week. Vikings recap, as per usual. This is the Vikings channel. And then another video may come up every so often during the week. If anything notable happens in the league, something notable happens with the Vikings, if I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. You guys will see it, obviously. So that's going to wrap up the return video for Skol Network. I hope you guys are excited. I know we have over 100 subscribers now, so that means you guys are clearly excited. I mean, over the 2 years I was gone, I gained like 15 subscribers. So thank you to all those people that got us to where we are. Very strange. Thanks for subscribing, even though nothing came out. But if you are new here, make sure you continue to add to that subscriber count. Hit the subscribe button down below if you like this video. Obviously, as per usual, like the video, share it. Make sure everyone knows that Skol Network is back. Tell your mom, dad, sisters, siblings, your cousins. Go tell the president. Go tell your dog. Go tell the random crack dealer on the corner of your street. Whoever it is, let them know that Skol Network is back. And with that, that's all I got. And I'll see you guys next next video. Adios.